Hi guys, welcome to another video on Moments with D. Today we are going to be discussing Canada GCMS notes. I know lots of people might just be hearing about this for the first time, and maybe for the few ones that have even heard about it, they might not know the details. So in today's video, I'm just going to be bringing you the details of the Canada GCMS notes. Now, it is very baffling, when I see people that say they've applied to Canada, 3 times, 4 times, they've gotten rejected, and they still keep applying and keep getting rejected. And, there's this saying that, it's folly to do the same thing the same way and expect a different result. So what is the different way that you can actually go about your Canada journey that will guarantee success in this journey? One thing that can help you get that, particularly if you've gotten a rejection before, is your Canada GCMS notes. And that details is what we're going to be talking about in this video. If you are a new viewer, if you're seeing my face for the first time, I am Moments with D, and on this channel we'll just discuss everything migration, lifestyle, fun stuff like this video. And I'm sure you're going to get value, from watching this video. So you might just want to like this video right now. And even if you're a returning viewer or subscriber, please like this video. You can share it with other people that will find this video valuable. And you can also join my growing family by subscribing to this channel. It is free of charge. It will not cost you. So without taking your time, let us talk about Canada GCMS notes. So what is a GCMS note? GCMS refers to Global Case Management System. And that is just the system that the government use to manage application process. So it's more like getting extracts from that system that shows how the step by step how it was worked on, what the officers think and all that bit. So that is just the explanation on IRCC, as you can see on the screen. Generally speaking, GCMS notes are just like a way to help the applicants to understand what was done on their application. The GCMS note contains a comprehensive range of information related to an individual's immigration case, and the notes are very essential to gain insight into the processing and decision-making aspects of an immigration application, so you can understand like the mind of the immigration officer that reviewed or is reviewing your case, right? And it just gives you like, application details, the type of application that you submitted, the dates and everything. Like you have all those details in there, the correspondences that, went into the application, record of communication between immigration officers and all the stakeholders that works on that case. So you can see like all the internal notes, the emails, letters, like you can really, it's more like you are there when they're reviewing it, but not there, kind of. So you see the officer's notes as well, like notes at each level. So you can see the key components like their observation. What did the officers see? Where were they questioning? What was their assessments? The decisions that were made at different levels. So if it's 2 officers that reviewed it, if it's 1 person, if they used, maybe they used AI at a point, you can see that detail in your GCMS notes. You can see the supporting documents as well. Like typically, if you request for like a complete, GCMS notes, you will see that in the types, right? It will show you everything. Then the status as well. Okay, it was denied. Then the decision and the reason for the denial. So you can see, this thing, because I was not convinced that this person will return back to their home country. You know that when you're putting in another application, your ties back home, the reason you want to put in bold, like I'm just exaggerating, but you understand what I mean, right? You want to like put that in the 4 when you are reapplying, because everything checks out except your reason for going back home. It just helps you to tie up loose ends. And for you that you use agents as well, because some things that are found common, right, particularly from like the visitor visa video I just mentioned, right, that I put out. Things that are found common is people that use agents. Maybe they've used agents once or twice. Then they now decide that this time around I'll do it by myself. Then agents have said they were born in 1977. They now apply themselves. They now put their own real age, 1979. And then it's not aligning. Then you just get a ban. And you're just wondering, why did they ban me? What did I do? Don't apply to Canada more than 2 times. If not, the third time they will ban you. It doesn't work that way. They will only ban you when they found like misrepresentation and all that bits. They don't ban you because you've applied too much. But you should not be applying too much if you have all this information, which is why you need your GCMS notes. So you can see like the decision, the reason, then your previous immigration history as well, if you need it, is going to be there. So like those are the things that your GCMS notes helps you. So it's important to know that, while GCMS notes provide all these insights, they do not contain like confidential and sensitive information, right? So they don't contain all this kind of like maybe your card details or whatever, like very personal and sensitive information. Note that you can also even get your GCMS notes for an application that is currently like you've not gotten a feedback yet. Let's assume that you put in an application. For instance, when my parents-in-law did the application for Canada GCMS visa, it took over a year. And we did not just hear anything, radio silence, right? And, if you have those kind of situation, you can request for your GCMS notes to know like exactly where it's spending, what is spending, maybe the immigration officer is handling it and all those kind of information. You're going to find it on your GCMS notes. So it's not even just for applications that are failed, but also like for application that is ongoing. Now I'm focusing on application that has failed because I had this video up, how to get Canada visa, and I got a lot of DMs, with people saying, no, I've applied, they rejected me 4 times, 5 times, and I'm wondering, like, how did they reject you 5 times, 5 whole times? It's baffling, and you did not see the need to take a step back, reflect, check where you went wrong. Like even the African adage that says that if an adult falls down, right, they look back to, okay, what is the issue? What made me fall down at a spot? Not like a child that falls down and just goes ahead and like goes forward. So you're just supposed to like take that time to reflect what happened, what went wrong. That is what your GCMS note helps you to do. Now, I also want you to know that requesting for a GCMS note does not impact your application in any way. That's for those that are requesting for it, when the application is still ongoing. But for you that you have, maybe gotten a negative feedback from IRCC, it is like the step in the right direction to do, right? And it is not expensive at all. Don't worry, we'll get to the cost shortly. GCMS notes can be requested from like 2 bodies. You can get it from IRCC, that's the Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada, or from the CBSA. CBSA are like the Canada Border Security Agency, I believe, but I'll put the right description on the screen if I'm wrong. So you can get from either IRCC or CBSA, and I'll also get like the difference shortly. Why should you request a GCMS note? It helps you to know the status of your current application. That's if you request for GCMS note for an application that is currently ongoing. You haven't gotten a feedback yet. The application is just still pending. It helps you to get details of how your past application were evaluated. This is very key. Like what basis did they use in evaluating my application? And I'll also like show you samples of GCMS. Now you can also like input it on IRCC. You will see the samples yourself. I'll put the link also in the description box if you want to go and check like that link yourself or check samples yourself so you know what you're requesting. And everything I'm saying, like I said, from IRCC, so you can always like verify, cross-check and re-cross-check. You also like get personal information submitted with your visa application, such as documents and forms. You can say like the documents, the forms and everything that was submitted alongside your application. It also helps you to understand rejection reasons and then, find reasons for delays in case your application is just pending. And also the level of detail, of course, will vary. Like depends on how personal or how complex someone's case is in comparison to another. Imagine if a single person was applying for a GCMS note, it might just be a 2-pager, for instance, while maybe a single person that had been rejected like a couple of times, or maybe is applying for a study permit, can vary from someone that a single person that was doing like PR. So the complexity of the application, the person's personal circumstances and all that, like, would determine, like, the volume and the detail of the GCMS notes, but it contains, like, wide range of information, correspondences and all that, that will help you to understand, the details of your application going forward. If you see me looking down, basically, it's just because I'm trying to also ensure that I'm looking at IRCC page and speaking, like, literal information from on there. Now, the processing time for GCMS note is about 20 days from the IRCC and 30 days maximum. Now, of course, depending on the complexity and all that, they might actually exceed that, but legally it's not, you should not exceed 30 days. That's the current processing time. There are like some types of GCMS notes, right? And like I said, you can order from two bodies, from IRCC and from the CBSA. So if you're ordering from the IRCC, right, you can order just GCMS notes. Now, this one is complete record of your visa application, the case history, the notes created by the assessing officer, reason for the denial and all that. Like, it's just there. Basically, it just helps you to like find the status of your visa application or learn why your application is refused. That's the basic GCMS note. Simple. You can order it on IRCC. Now, there is a complete file. It's also like a GCMS note, right? Or it is also a GCMS note, but advanced GCMS notes, if I'm allowed to use that word, or if I say GCMS note Pro Max. So it's like GCMS notes, right? But in addition to that GCMS notes, you now get like supporting document that you uploaded, that was uploaded, on that file. So you understand exactly what went into that. So maybe you submitted 10 bank statements now to the agent to upload for you, or even you did it yourself, but you did compressed PDF or combined PDF or something, and you only combined 4 out of the 10. You can see that, so this is why they say, insufficient fund. Now you understand. So even if you say, okay, let me apply back immediately, you understand now that, it's because the PDF was incomplete. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So the complete file is like an advanced GCMS note Pro Max, like I said, because it has like, all the supporting documents as well is included in it. Copies of the forms that were sent, from the client or to the client and all that. And the reason for requesting it, right, it helps you like learn the status of your visa application. You learn why your application was refused and find out the information sent to IRCC at the time of your application. Like I said, so if anything had been omitted, anything you upload but it was null and void, you didn't upload, you didn't know, you didn't check, something like that, you just have to know where the fault is from. So that when you're applying next, you are focusing on that aspect. Now, the note from the CBSA, I believe that this is mainly for those that have, entered into Canada or gone out at some point, because like I said, the CBSA is the border security. So if you have not even gotten visa or you have never stepped foot in Canada, you will not even be able to, they won't even have anything on you. So it's just electronic notes from the CBSA and includes visa application checks and information on security screening conducted by the Canadian Border Security Agency. So that's like the security screening that they did at the port of entry. Exactly. So it is helpful for those that are applying for PR card, citizenship. They want to calculate their number of days in Canada and everything. Like I said, this one might not be useful for someone that maybe is just coming into Canada or something. So this one will not show you. It's not really your visa application process or why you were refused. This is just for other purposes. But for those that might need it, you can also get that from the CBSA. And all of them is 20 days, 30 days maximum. It is enforced by law. But if your situation cannot warrant extra processing time, of course they will let you know. And your GCMS note is very secure. It is absolutely secure. It's not, in fact, when we get to how to request, I'll let you know, but they don't even just hand it over to anybody or anything. It is very secure. They send it to your secure mail and all that bit. Now, what is the cost of getting a GCMS note? For the regular GCMS note, it is $19 Canadian dollars. So for whatever country you're watching from, just convert it to your currency and you understand. It is 19 Canadian dollars for the regular GCMS note. Now, for the advanced GCMS note Pro Max, for the sake of this video, that's the complete file, it is $35. And for the CBSA notes, it is $25. So you can easily just check the link I'm going to be dropping in the description of this video to click to order. You will need to see everything, the step by step, accept the terms and conditions, read the details and all that, to be able to proceed with it. Now, before you can order the GCMS notes, right, you need to make a request under the Access to Information Act. That's like the first step to getting your GCMS note. And the cost of the request for the Access to Information Act is $5. So meaning that $5 in addition to your $19, $35 or $25, depending on the type you are ordering. Now, the Access to Information Act, the only people that qualify to get that information are permanent residents, citizens, or those that are already here in Canada. Meaning that if you're outside of Canada and you're not a citizen, you're not a permanent resident, and you want to request for a GCMS note, you have to do that with the aid of someone in Canada. So you can actually maybe use like a licensed immigration consultant to help you request for a GCMS note. I'll drop the link to one that I know in the comment section. If you want to, like, they are licensed, they are not looking to chop your money. See the amount of $19. So they are licensed immigration consultants. So you can get someone like that. Or if you have a family, you have a friend, you have someone here in Canada that can help you, you can also speak to them as well. Now, note that using anybody, whether it's a licensed immigration consultant or your friend or your family, your blood brother, your blood sister, anybody that is going to help you to get this information, you that need the information, you're going to sign a consent form and give it to them. Send it over, whatever, but they need your consent. Like I said, it's detailed about your application. So you need to be giving them authorization to get that information for you and send it to them and send it to you, right? It's a very, very open and transparent process. All the details is online. It's going to be in the link in this video description so that you can actually see that. Showing on your screen now are samples of GCMS notes, students, permanent residents, family, visitor visa, different types and all that. So I'm just going to put them briefly, as you can see on the screen, so that you can just see what they look like. I am also going to be dropping links where you can actually download for yourself and see peculiar to your case. So if you're a student, you want to see sample before you request for your own or not, you're going to be seeing that as well in the description of this video. So basically, I just want you to understand that before you go back to reapplying, or the agent is just pushing you, apply again, now it's hot, they are even giving people, in fact they've given 5 people that I know. It is not by that. It is not by, quickly apply again, now I think they are just dashing people and all that. And if you've seen my video about Canada boom being over and all that, you will know that they are clamping down on temporary residents as much as possible. So this is not even a time to just be gambling your way into Canada. This is a time to sit down, put pen to paper, and ensure that you're properly prepared for what you want down here in Canada, right? Whether you're visiting, whatever it is, you need to tighten all loose ends before you go back into the pond to fish again. This is what your GCMS note is going to help you to do. I hope you found this video useful. You can send it to people that you feel will find useful as well. And please like this video. Don't just watch it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Help me grow. I am your girl. See this small girl now. I'm having to shoot in the car because it's noisy upstairs and all that. So just help me grow. Help me get to 1,000 followers and more. Thank you so much if you have watched till this point. Until I see you in my next video, stay blessed. Bye.